All right, everyone, join us in the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you all for coming. All right. Just need a motion to accept the consent agenda.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, so everybody's here. Chief, what you got?
Well, we've been really busy. What did we end up with? 42?
43, we had one more.
Yeah, 43 runs last month.
Too many.
And we had 3 guys on our department go through paramedic training. Ron and Joe Wells and Josh DeCoco. And Friday was their graduation for that at the college. And so they've got through the first part of that. Now they've got another long part to go. And so kudos to you guys. Great job. Otherwise, things are going good. I guess just be real diligent with fires. There's been 6 structure fires in Manistee County in the last 2 weeks. And so I don't know what's going on, what's happening, but there's been 6 in the last 2 weeks. So wildfire season's coming back to a peak again here. So otherwise, that's pretty much all I got.
All right, assessors report. So we did our AMAR yesterday, passed with 100%. We had no deficiencies whatsoever. Actually, the whole company, we didn't have any deficiencies. So we will be starting our 20%, which are 20% checks every year. We are going to basically, we're not sending out any mailers to anybody because all we are doing is churches and tax exempt parcels. So most of those are public. The state has never required knowing a tax exempt parcel, what they are, what's on them, what improvements are on them, because they don't get taxed. Well, they do now. So we have to go out and have to measure this building, measure the schools, all that stuff. So vacant land, all the forest, big plot of trees, got a notation on there. So yeah, we'll be doing that starting here this next week. Custodian.
Been doing a little bit of cleaning around the lake, make it a little nicer for when the little kids and stuff fish. That's not done yet. Some place that kind of took over for a few days here, but otherwise that, something to be thinking about also, I don't know, in the hopefully not far future of doing something to that beach wall, redoing it, because it's buckling and not looking very safe anymore.
So not worth painting anymore?
I don't want to answer that. I don't know what it would cost to repaint it, but it's gonna be a huge cost to fix it. Yeah. There's just down on the beach part, the 4x4s, all that planking is bowing, the 4x4s that are supposed to be somewhat holding are cracking. They're not just, they're like completely bowed, they're cracking. And it's not gonna get any better.
When they built it, they should have put a 4x6 in there. So 4x4.
And hopefully, if bite the bullet and don't do wood again, we'll have to come up with something, but painting, staining, doing whatever for this, I mean, I guess we should probably have more than just me, looking at it and try to come up with something.
Board, if you could take a look at it, Jack, would you mind taking a look at it, give me your opinion? You're
Sure.
structural.
Yep.
Scott, anybody else that is a builder and has done that for a while? I agree with you. We looked at it a few years ago of getting a cost of having a concrete wall poured. One, you'd have to lose about 4 foot of each more, because you have to put it in front, and then you'd have to cut in and tie back, you'd lose all the concrete up top, so if it is something that isn't worth saving, we might have to think of different options of redesigning that, so, all right.
So I have checked with, with a power washing, to rent a power washer, and I had talked to Tim about that, and we talked about power washing that before staining, and then you did the repair to it, right? You did some repair?
Not yet,
Oh, okay, but
but
it's in the
on
work,
my
is it?
list.
All right, well, you know, yeah, if we wanna, what?
We have a follow-up.
Yeah, I do too, but, the staining, I have a stain, I was gonna rent a stain,
A sprayer.
sprayer, right, that sprayer, yeah, that was it, not the power washer. And so, but, you know, if we don't feel it's in the best interest to spend the money to do that at this point, then, you know,
Yeah.
let's not.
Yeah, I mean, it was getting pretty long in the tooth when we did it last time, it was about 2-3 years ago.
How often have you in the future been redoing that wall, been putting a finish on it? A couple
It was
years?
brown for
Years.
a long time,
Forever.
and then we did it, I and a few of the kids from school did it, in blue. And then I think we did it in blue the next summer, and that was it. So, it hasn't had it in about 3 summers.
There, I mean, with the few boards that I would replace, there's a lot other ones that are on the verge of, they should be, but they're not. If kids run their hands down, you know, they're not, you know, bad. If we power wash it, that kinda concerns me. Yes, it's gonna clean it up, but that also, you know, makes it really rough.
Is there a
So-
way just to stain the new boards that you have to put in, just so it sorta matches, or? Not really.
I'm not sure how you're gonna match baby blue that's been out there for that long, but, I mean,
That is Village Blue cabin stain, semi-transparent, yeah.
so I just, I mean, there's lots of, you just replace the boards for now that are really bad. There's only like 6 or 8 of the 2x4s up on the handrail part
Yeah.
that are like rotten off.
I'm trying to think who power washed that last time. Was it Jerry? I don't remember.
Who did it, brother? Josh did, didn't he?
Maybe Josh. Jerry did it once, Josh
Josh.
did it once.
I did it once.
Yeah, they took the
Yeah, so I guess it has been stained in my time here at least 3 times. But, I remember when I first started, it was brown.
I mean, it's gonna make it look nice if it gets another coat of whatever color, but do you guys wanna stick the time and money if in a year from now or 2, whatever you guys decide, and
How about we just look at it first?
Let's take a look at it. We'll take a look at it and see. Yep.
What about the leaf keys, the keys for the, leaf thing? Are we gonna touch on that?
I am now. The leaf drop off, I've never, since I've been here, this is my 2nd summer, I think, nobody's really ever asked me for keys. It says on the sign, ask a custodian. So I've never had to deal with it, never bothered with it. Well, now I've had 2 people, and then Bill has questioned me on a couple of things. I am putting a key slot, little drop box in Bill's little building. So we're gonna keep 1 or 2 here and the rest there. If they come in on Wednesdays, they're gonna, you know, hopefully they get in a routine if they want it. Ask Bill or whatever on Wednesday or Saturday, and then they can walk back and if the gates are closed. they
Yeah, we
can-
usually just, when we start that, we just write down the name and the number of the key they took. And
The thing
I think
is-
we still got close to 12 keys left, don't we?
The keys are kinda on there supposedly was 5 or 6, I think there might be.
There were 10 total when we
There
started.
was a 10 total.
Oh, no.
There was 10?
So if you
Wow.
wanna find a new lock and have 10 new keys made, we just cut a dowel rod, put a number on them, and you can restart with a different key if you want.
Yeah, Bill's
So
already
some people have
talked
kept
about that.
Bill's already on top of that, isn't he?
Making more keys, okay.
He's not, he was waiting to see.
No,
if
he's
we-
waiting, right.
He was waiting to see if I could come up with, but I didn't know there were 10. We don't need
Wow.
10,
Yeah.
do we?
I made 10 the first time when I did it,
Well,
we put the gate
There was
on,
a master on the township board.
and it probably still is.
Um,
So maybe it was
Bill
only 9
had
of them.
2 or 3, the office had 2 or 3, and then Dick Stapley had 2, and then Gene Schilling had 2. And the
Yeah,
trustees each had 2.
Yeah.
So I don't know
We
how.
may never got those back from those guys when they left, so, yeah.
I don't know how it was done before with the custodian, but my concern is I'm not giving everybody in this township my cell number.
No,
To say, call the custodian on a Sunday afternoon, hey, I got some leaves to drop off. If you guys wanna get me a different line, then that still is not,
the guy, on Sundays, they call me if I'm able to, and I tell them if I'm able to run down, and I will. If I'm not, I'm sorry, you need to make better arrangements before that. I mean, it was such a nightmare down there. We were at the point of closing it down, and you look at it now, we can't push it back. There's stumps, logs, can't do anything with it.
I've tried, it's just now getting higher and.
Yeah, I mean, we may not have that much longer. So it's leaves and twigs under an inch. And
I had somebody get mad at me the other day because he had a whole bunch of limbs
Mhm.
and trees. I said, sir, it's for leaves only. Well, where do you want me to put them? I said, no. Nope,
no, it's cut them in small pieces and burn them in a
That's
burn
what I
barrel.
told him.
mean,
So right now, we'll figure out the key, we'll have a few here, a few there, and
yeah.
Yeah, if you have to make an extra one or two, do so.
Yeah.
I mean, just keep the
But, yeah,
numbers.
cause we might have to close it here soon.
Hopefully we get through this summer and see what we can do. Anything else, Tim?
no.
Okay. What?
Custodian and transfer.
Yeah. Management Council, let's see, I have it here. Not much going on this month. Carrasco got switched a week. We have a birthday party on the 20th, MTA dinner on the 24th. Yeah. Tom? And here's the flyer for anybody that's interested in going. So board members, the MTA. Anybody interested in going to that, you guys can. I don't. All right. What?
I'm sorry, I had a question about the hall management.
Mhm.
That was a created position, was it not?
Yeah.
And you get the report every month. Do you get that salary?
No, the person gives the report to me and I just read it.
Okay.
What do you mean, do I
Thank
get
you.
that salary? I'm not the
I
hall,
just
I'm not
had
the
a
hall
question.
manager, no. I just give the report. Okay. Parks and Rec.
Finally getting nicer. Thank you to you and your boys and Tim and whoever I may have missed for getting started on the playset. I have not looked at the beach ball yet, so I'll take a look at that. I talked to DJ Neeson and Sons Excavating, hopefully in the next couple weeks they'll be in there, hopefully before Memorial Day. If not, I would assume it will be right after.
Okay.
Because we can't clog it up the weekend up.
No. We make sure we're done, or we.
Short of that, that's it.
All right, Saturday we will be working on that. I think Jacqueline said she'll have 3 or 4 volunteers and hopefully we have that thing wrapped up by Saturday. I work on it every night this week. Plug away, you can't do too much because it's all shifty and leany until you get it all together, so, it's been quite fun. Jason, planning?
Well, this is weird, because we switched it for some reason to the week after our board, so this is like last month's now.
Okay.
I don't care for it, but, so the lady from U of M was up here, and we're just going over things with, the master plan stuff, trying to see where we're gonna start and go and all that stuff.
Okay. All right. Was she helpful?
Very helpful. I mean, she has a lot of useful information and, you know, so.
Who is it?
I forget her name.
Blonde lady?
Yeah, it's the same one does her citizen planner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's very good. All right. I can't think of anything. Okay, so zoning report. I don't see one from Bob, but I have received about 8 zoning, land use permits, a couple accessory buildings. I think there was 2 houses, 3 accessory buildings, 1 demo permit. And that's about it. There's a house around the lake that things are getting cleaned up around. Bob was working with that. People I think got ownership and have taken care of that, and that's Bob and Ben's report. I don't get paid for that position either. Okay, public comment. You got me.
Bill, Fenton, and Tom.
Who? Bill Fenton?
No, Bill.
Oh, Bill McFadden. Sorry, I thought he said Fenton. Sorry, Bill. What's up, buddy?
Okay, I have a couple of things. First of all, on the 10th is the township cleanup. Fireworks committee would like to put a cannon bottle drive at the corner of Seaman and 6th Street, if it's okay with the board, down at the open lot. Okay, use it.
With that. You guys want
What day?
the day
10th
of
of
cleanup.
June. Second of all,
Bill, 6 and where?
Vacant lot.
Our vacant lot?
Yeah.
Do you wanna do it right outside like right here at town hall, right in the field, so people can see? Cause I'm just wondering, out in the village there, would people know you're doing it?
well, I was just trying to stay away from the congestion, away from the transfer station and people piling in here on you.
I just thought if you did it at the end of the parking lot, I don't know if we have anything going on in the hall that day.
Yeah.
That way people would see you and maybe bring their cans back. Do we have anything going on the 10th?
The 10th of what, June?
June.
That's
Yeah,
the
the
cleanup.
cleanup.
That's the cleanup, but is there
There's
anything going on in the
something, yeah,
hall?
there's something on.
There might be a graduation party that day.
Yep.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Okay, yeah, I got you.
second thing, board approval for 2024 fireworks.
Mhm.
I'm well on my way to collecting money. I wanna put together Dwayne will have a contract ready for us probably after the August.
Mhm.
I didn't wanna wait till August to ask, so,
I don't see why not, unless we.
anybody go screaming, okay.
Unless- yeah.
So I wanna tell you, I told you it's kinda crazy. Right now, if we get everything promised, we'll have more than our goal by the 1st of December. But everybody I'll have Dwayne get the contract ready. I know that this could change everything with the new board or what the election's gonna happen. Dwayne is offering me a 3-year contract. The board doesn't have to sign the contract, I would sign the contract. But all the board would have to do is sign the permit each year. It's gonna save the fireworks probably about 40% in our cost of fireworks of the show. Plus, it gives him a chance for his bank, and then we'll loan him more money to buy different materials. This year's show is runs about 18 to 20 minutes. Most of them are gonna be on the water. A lot of them are gonna be bigger than anybody's ever shot here before, because there is 4 and 5 inch shells, which would have been approved. There's gonna be, this is 2 months away, we're less than 2 months away from the show. It's gonna be crazy, but,
Don't get it too crazy. I've seen crazy.
well, I'm just worried about that gun like this with a scope on it, no one likes it, they're following me all over the park, but yeah. But I think it's gonna be great, we're gonna improve the show, for next year will be 20% more, approximately the same time, but we'll have more fireworks. And a lot of you will remember when they had that shell hit the water and it shot up like that. We got 29 of them hit the water one time. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I'll get Wayne to get paperwork started. Anybody have any questions? Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Can I just, Jack, I have a question. On on the application for our insurance carrier, it asked about, an evacuation plan in the event of weather or some national emergency or whatever. Do you guys have a bullhorn that if we needed to yell at people to get out of the area? Is there, or should we?
Our truck's got PAs on them.
Yeah. So we would just ask you guys to do a loop?
Yeah.
If there's a tornado coming.
Yeah,
Tornado
tornado,
coming.
weather event, that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, if somebody, hopefully you've got,
It's a different
There's a
word.
program that you can sign up for through, it's called Code Red.
Right, I have that.
And that gives you all of your weather alerts. And so, what I can tell you, if we got a tornado coming, I'm not gonna drive from my house to over here to get in the fire truck and go tell people there's a tornado coming.
Right. Yeah, I just needed to put something on the application, and I
Yeah.
thought, well, maybe if you just
Yeah.
had a bullhorn that we could say,
And
you know,
we've got
cause
a
I
siren in the station too.
obviously put advise and, and let people know, so.
Yeah, we got a big whistle up in the cupola of the station that,
Yeah.
if somebody's at the station, that if Ron is close and he wanted to come, he could flip go in the closet and flip the red switch, and it's pretty loud.
Thank you.
So, I used to get hollered at, put it that way, when I turned it on, but yeah.
We like our toys too.
Alright, well, who else we got on there, Jay?
Tom?
Tom?
So, at risk of being redundant with Billy talking about it, I just want to touch base with the community and all you guys and kind of give my thoughts and feelings on the fireworks and see if maybe I can change minds or reaffirm minds or whatever it is. When I first moved to Wellston, this was probably 12 years ago or so, I remember the fireworks show. That's like the one memory that I have of being there. And it was something that blew my mind away, because I've been all over the country. You know, I've seen them in Vegas, I've seen them in California, I've all over Michigan, Cadillac, Lake City. You know, they say the greatest fourth in the north, and I mean, honestly, none of them were like the experience that I got from sitting around Crystal Lake and seeing this amazing show that gets put on. I bring this up because I know there are some people hesitant and there's some people frustrated, and we didn't do it for a year and all this stuff, and I think it was a tragedy for our community, largely because of how important it is that we have community. You know, festivals are a thing that goes way back, you know, to the very beginning of humanity. I remember watching the Andy Griffith Show with my kids, and they would have festivals, and part of that, those festivals created the ability to feel like you're part of the community. They would have things like, you know, pie eating competitions and bake-offs and beauty pageants and things like that. And all that would do is that would foster this amazing oneness in a community. And the fireworks is one tradition that I think that is vitally important as a community for us. So one thing I wanted to mention was, for the board, you know, to consider, I know finances and everything with it, I would heavily consider figuring out a way, and this is just my opinion, it's okay if anybody disagrees and whatnot, but heavily consider being part of the fund process too, fundraising or whatever, and I don't know where you guys are, I don't know, I'm just trying to throw this out here, because I think that even for taxpayers and everything, this is something that brings our community together and something that we could even build on and grow a stronger community. One thing that I'm worried about, we had, you know, that year where there were all the car break-ins and everybody's mad about the teenagers doing a whole bunch of stuff and everything. A big part of our culture that has died is that they don't feel invested into the community. The kids don't. The teens don't. For whatever reason. And, you know, many of them, I talk to them and they're like, oh, I want to get out of here. And I think, but part of that, I really, truly believe, is that they miss these opportunities of all of us investing together, all of us being excited for something, all of us bringing something together. And so, you know, I want to be able to go out, and I talk to people, I'd be online and people would talk about fireworks, and I'd be like, oh, you've got to see them in Wellston, Michigan. And then I would have people I didn't even know from other parts of the country even saying, I've been to that and it was absolutely incredible. I just want to continue to foster that. And I really think that not only is it important for, you know, the businesses of our community, but I think it's important for the soul of our community. How amazing it is that Wellston, Michigan celebrates freedom better than anywhere else. So just consider that, and thank you guys so very much for supporting, and please keep supporting the funding efforts.
Yeah, I don't think the board is against the fireworks at all.
Great.
We're supporting everything that
No,
people
I didn't
want to
say,
do.
I didn't mean to.
And it was, and
insinuate
that's, I
that.
think, a misunderstanding. It's not that, it's the Up North on the 4th, or the Greatest Fourth in the North, Calendar Days, Brethren Days, those are all put on by, not the townships.
Yeah.
You know, they're not by the government, but
Yeah.
we fully support this use of this building,
Yeah.
they got free use for all the fundraisers, I mean, I don't think that was the issue, it was that for some reason, it became the onus of the board to entertain, and that's not a government official thing, and Billy's doing a great job, and all the people
Absolutely.
that are supporting him with that. So it was just more like, if you want that sense of community, I agree with you. But ownership is when you have a part in it, and when the board just did it,
Yeah.
it was like taking advantage of it.
Oh, yeah, no.
It was taken for granted, and I think now with the community coming and putting these events on that they're gonna do and all this other stuff, I mean, when we had the Up North on the 4th, and we had the 4th of July Fizzle even before that, I mean, I think the Up North on the 4th went for 4 years. How long did the Fizzle go for? 10, 12, longer?
Before I moved in
Or,
here.
so I mean, you're talking, these were that's back when it was community-based people running them, not the board.
We actually
And
have-
all those things,
We actually have a plaque down there in the station from what was it, from the 70s?
yeah. So that's what we're trying to foster, is that the people of the town take ownership of it.
And that's great, and I wasn't, by
Yeah, no.
by no means was I trying to insinuate that the board wasn't, I am just pleading to everybody, including especially the board, the leadership of the town, lead towards that direction. Because I've seen this town, and there's been ups and downs, and, you know, if we don't have those community things that tie us together, there'll be more downs than ups. And so I do believe the fireworks is vitally important, those kind of traditions are vitally important, especially for our kids. Man, if any of you are people who can organize or do events, organize something and add in the teens, you do a pie eating contest or something like that. It sounds silly, it may sound even foolish or whatnot, or a dance off or whatever it is. I promise you, bringing back those old time traditions that actually built this town and made people come together will make people come together again. So thanks for your time, guys.
Does anybody know how many years or how far back that the fireworks have been?
No idea, long before us.
Cause I wanna say I probably started about 93, 94, coming, seeing the fireworks.
It was before that.
Yeah.
We moved up here in 88 and was
I
going
think my
strong.
first one was 85.
And it was funded privately for a long time, and then that broke down, the township took over, and then people said, well, we need a DJ, you need music, you need this, you need this. No, the community members need to put this on, not the township board, and that's kind of where we got to. You know, because we were told, well, you need to go out as a board and fundraise and get this better and do this, and I'm like, no, that's groups. Brethren Days puts on, that is not, the township board gives use of the park. They sign up on the fireworks, that's what we're doing. I mean, we give use to whatever facilities you need to use for a fundraiser, that's what we do. And part of that was because we were losing that community, like Pastor's talking about, because people weren't invested.
Yeah.
You know, when I used to coach Little League in Jordan, I used to make the kids come out and clean up the field. When we used to have Little League here, the kids were invested. We stopped having vandalism. The dugout stopped being flipped over. You know, they stopped being painted on because we made the kids paint them. You know, so the boys and the girls that played there had investment in it. And that was kind of our thought of that. Instead of demanding, do this for us. No, here's the facilities. You guys do what you want to do. The community needs to do it. You know, it's not going to be put on them. So that's our thought on that. Got anybody else? Ethan, what would you want to talk about, sir?
So, about the playground, I was thinking we should have like a little water fountain so kids don't even get thirsty.
Water on that side of the park?
Mm-hmm.
We can look into that. That might be difficult there because we don't have a well anywhere near there, but we'll take a look at that and see if it's feasible. Okay, buddy?
And then, of course, we should still have fireworks because if little kids don't even get to play, be in the parade and shoot candy out, they should at least get to celebrate by watching the fireworks.
And we will, buddy. We'll do everything we can to keep that thing going.
And
Okay?
also, people who are out of towners and in towners shouldn't be allowed to just go on other people's property and shoot off fireworks.
Well, we don't. They
Because
shouldn't know that.
someone in a Mitsubishi Subaru drove in the back of our school last year during the night of the 9th of July.
Yeah.
And they chose to shoot off huge fireworks and it almost hit my dad's van.
Yeah, and that's where we got the police. Some people just don't have any respect for others, and we try to teach that to everybody that we can. And when you can't, you have to call the police on that. But all right, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Still doing the parade, right?
Yeah, the parade's always.
Yeah, that's always.
Yeah, the parade's always at noon.
Who runs that part? Who's in charge of that part? Just out of curiosity.
The parade?
Us now.
these guys. That is something the board, usually a board member, Parks and Rec guy takes care of.
Who do I talk about?
You can send volunteers if they want to organize.
It's just he calls around, it's noon on the day of the 4th, noon on the 4th. And then what he does is just call, we have Jack try to get a hold of other fire departments, and he calls around to the businesses, just make sure that they're out there.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
That is one thing, the Parks and Rec.
The fire department's gonna do an overnight,
Okay,
like we did last year. And for the little kids to spray water and different things like that.
okay,
That was a big hit.
yeah, they did like that. So,
You guys ever gonna do that fireball thing again?
Water ball.
Probably
The water ball?
Probably
Yeah,
not. Need a mess.
probably not.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of
A
work.
lot of work and it ties up our trucks.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have been invited to Calava, they're trying to bring theirs back for, Gallon Days.
Well, we might be able to do something.
Alright, if it's there,
We're pretty good
not
at
ours.
spraying water.
Alright, so we'll go on the new business. Alright, so we have a salary resolution, let me find these, I keep misplaced them. Salary resolution for the clerk. Thank you, yeah, you're gonna sign them anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
Alright, so, we have a salary resolution for the clerk of 14.7. And we need a motion to accept this salary resolution, we'll do it by roll call vote. I'll make the motion to approve the clerk's salary for the 2023-24 year,
I'll second it.
alright?
Oh, roll call, Skira,
Aye.
Grayling,
Aye.
Mobley,
Aye. I was trying.
and Ty,
Aye.
and Montgomery is a yes,
There you go.
motion passed.
Yep. Alright, need a motion for the treasurer's salary resolution, oh, now I find it.
I'll move.
At 13,430. Joanne moved, anybody second?
I'll second.
Jordan second. Alright, go ahead.
Okay, Fraley,
Aye.
Skira,
Aye.
Montgomery, aye, Ty,
Aye.
Mobley,
Aye,
motion carries.
okay. I need a motion for the salary resolution of the supervisor at 10.8. For 2023-24 year.
I'll make the motion for 10-8.
Okay.
Oh, Montgomery is yes, Skira,
Aye.
Ty,
Aye.
Mobley,
Aye.
Fraley,
Aye.
motion carries.
Okay, alright, those are done out of the way. Those will be adopted and approved fully at the July.
Annual meeting,
Annual meeting,
June
thank you.
24th, 11 a.m.
Yep.
There you go.
Crystal Lake Fishing Dock. Okay, so we got a price back from the guys that are doing, from Neeson and Sons Excavating, to put in, we hereby propose, to furnish material and labor necessary to complete an L shape, to fabricate and install a 28-foot long dock with right-hand L at the end. Dock will be 50 inches wide, L will be a 6 by 10 at the end, so it's going out 28 feet, and then with the 6 by 10, it's going out pretty
So
far.
we're going to the right instead of the left?
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that way.
So it'll be on the right side of the,
If you're standing looking at the water, it'd be on the right side.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, with the 6 by 10 platform, fishing platform at the end, so more like a pier, we will construct sheet pile, hand wall cap, bottom finished concrete. New dock will be constructed and installed in a manner that will allow the future adjustment vertically if needed. Debris will be removed at completion. All necessary grading, seeding, mulching will be completed. Thankful for the opportunity to submit bid. Dan Neeson, and the price is $18,900, which we could probably put in next year's budget. Should be a problem if we want, or no, we haven't, we've had to pay the 13 down now to get it going. Is this something that they could do at kind of the same, roll right into the next one? Yeah. Okay.
And when I met with him down at the lake, he said that if we so decided that he could pull the old dock. What is it?
Did you give a cost?
Just, he would do it.
Oh, nice.
I think we need rid of that thing.
It should.
That dock has been broken and fallen apart, and it was never handicap accessible. This one we can grade and people, because it's gonna be right by the boat launch. So people, and with limited, mobility will be able to get to that dock.
So that's something I talked to him about too, that actually will be changed on the docks at Robinson is, instead of just pouring a block of concrete like was, in the bed, there'll be a sheet pile head wall
Okay,
filled and then have a concrete cap on it,
okay,
so it shouldn't erode from underneath.
okay.
From the, cause we were down, when we went and visited that one, there was somebody out in the boat. And when they go flying through there, it really washes hard, or there's a lot of weight.
That might save that tree too,
That hits that point.
that area. It'll help.
So that is going, so that'll be changed no matter what, at the docks at Robinson.
Okay.
You said they're looking at hopefully trying to get out here before the holiday yet, do that?
And if not, afterwards, not the holiday
And
weekend.
then we're gonna go ahead and approve that then for the,
If you wanna make that motion.
I'll make the motion to approve the
I'll
dock.
second it.
Okay, you guys, any other questions on that? All right, we have a motion on the floor to approve, Neeson and Sons for 18.9. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? No. All right, so we finally have we'll have a handicap fishing dock.
Well, I think that's it's a great thing, you'll have them pull that other dock out at no charge.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, that other dock, you got a price from Brewer to do a concrete, switchback ramp to make it handicap, so it was over $12,000.
Yeah, but by the time you did that, it'd be at the.
Yeah, so we're not, yeah, so this will work out, be more efficient there. Okay. All right, so that's approved, so we will probably need to get him,
13K.
yeah, I'll give you that. Actually, I'll sign that, I don't have a pen right now, you got a pencil, I'll sign that for you, yeah, thank you. There you go, thank you. All right. Okay, community forum and training. I kept this kind of simple. There is currently one of these. This person called in. It's about Narcan. And what they do is, I don't know if y'all see them. They do she puts on a 45-minute training here at the hall, and they ask for a firefighter to talk for like maybe, she said 45 minutes, but whatever, they would talk about using Narcan. And it would be open to the community, and then afterwards, they would put this harm reduction box, which there is one at the police station. They're not.
There's one at what police station?
There's one at, Manistee City Police that they stopped. Talking to a couple agents from the city police, they did not like those. They're not in huge favor of those, because they'll fill them up, the next day they'll be empty. Folks take them going, I'm gonna party, and they have the security with me.
Sheriff's Department has that also, and they've indicated the same thing.
Yeah.
Fill it Friday morning and by Friday afternoon it's empty.
The sheriff's department, the one at the sheriff's department is actually a vending machine in the lobby, you actually have to walk in the building and it's a free vending machine.
That's kind of what this is, it just sits
No,
outside more like a news box.
I'm talking a regular vending machine, when you walk up and hit, I want A1, and it will give you one package of.
Right.
And it's still empty.
So they.
Yes,
With the cameras there?
yes, it's got a camera on it.
Wow.
Do people take the stuff out of it, the Narcan, and then just go and do their
Drugs,
thing
and
to the
they have
point
that.
where they need to use the Narcan?
gonna do that too.
Really? Well, I'm pretty naive on that.
We're making it, I think we're making it too easy for, if we would do something like that, we're making it too easy for people to just go do heroin. I have stuff right here in town that I can just, I think we're just making it too easy for people to keep using.
Yeah, sure, so you-
I mean, the vending machine situation's not great, because people can just take them, it'd be great if you had someone, but then logistics, and all I know is that my sister died from, overdose, and, really wish she had something so she wouldn't be dead. And yeah, it stinks, yeah, they do use it way too much, and 100% right, people would use it and everything else, but, so I'm conflicted totally, I'd be conflicted either way. Because yeah, they're gonna use it and abuse it, and it makes them keep on going, but then again, they're gonna keep on going anyway, and if I had to do it all over and she could've had some, I'd be happier today.
But yet, on the other hand, if I,
Oh, yeah.
as a non-heroin user, didn't have access to something like this, I would not be able to assist. For instance, if EMS can't get there, it's a potential save of life.
Yeah.
So I'm putting more value on the life, whether or not they're making bad choices, than not.
It's one of the hardest situations that we face, and really the worst people are the drug dealers.
Yep.
That's the people, if there's anything we could figure out to do about the drug dealers, that would fix the rest of the problem.
Chief, Ron, do you have any comment on this? You guys deal with this stuff on a more regular basis than, I mean, you're the ones that.
Speaking from EMS, I work for MMR. I work for Norman Township. We do not go directly to an overdose. Law enforcement goes first. Simply because that is an unstable situation. Law enforcement carries, the most I've seen is 6 doses in their car. 9 times out of 10, they've given all 6 doses before we're on scene.
6 doses of Narcan?
Yes.
So on the other coin,
So law enforcement gets dispatched before we do.
Yeah, because when it's an overdose, you don't know the criminal,
Yeah,
or the dangerous
and
situation.
so the majority of the time when we arrive on scene to an overdose, law enforcement is already there and Narcan's been administered. And now, if it's working or not, if it works, that's great. If it doesn't, that's where we come in. And do what we can do to
But after
revive
that-
the individual.
But after they've given that much, I'm not allowed to administer anymore.
And so,
I have, on our 2 trucks that are licensed medically, I have 6 milligrams of Narcan. The dose is 2.
And so, I think there needs to be more research done on it. And so, I can speak for the fire department though, and I don't want it at the fire department. I can't have that going on and be responsible for taking care of it and making sure it's stocked, and the first time it's not stocked and somebody dies out in the parking lot, then Norman Township Fire's got their.
Well, they stock it, they have a regular thing, that says that they stock it.
But I do know we don't want it there. You know, if you put it here, that's totally up to you.
Can we revisit that, and can we at least maybe allow them to have the forum here? And then revisit whether we even wanna put it back?
I don't see, I have no problem letting anybody come in and have a forum, to talk and try to educate people. I don't have a problem with that at all. Having the box, I felt a little weird about it. I don't know how I feel about that, because is it a certain element that you're gonna bring to your community that, you know what I mean? They know Norman's got it, you know, are we gonna pull?
It's already here.
It's here.
Oh, I know it's already here, it's terrible, we deal with it everywhere, yeah.
Well, and that's the thing on some of the calls that we do have around here. When we tell them that the Narcan's not gonna last, they don't care, because they got more. So they go and use more, and then they got more Narcan, so how much, I mean.
It was a life-saving device that has become a crutch to just use more drugs.
Yeah.
Aren't they offering that over the counter now too, or if you feel that you wanna carry
Soon.
it?
I think it's soon.
Yeah, or
And a lot of, and they go, there's several times a year where it's offered free.
Okay, so I'm all for if she wants to pick a date and advertise this and do a forum to educate. I don't know if anybody on the fire department would be willing to talk on that behalf. It's their schedules, their free time. I wouldn't want to volunteer them. She would have to either send me an email that I could see if anybody would sign up, but she could do her part if she wanted. She said her part's about a 45-minute thing. I don't have a problem with that. Does anybody have a problem with letting this? I'm sorry, what is her name? Did I see her name on here? Lou.
Is that,
Kaminsky?
is there a date for that?
She didn't want a date, we'd have to hook her up with Val.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. If she wants to put on a 45-minute presentation, if you guys are available and feel like that you can, provide numbers or something, then I'll have her touch base with you, but I'll just let her know that.
Did you have Val contact her and tell her that we, yeah?
Yeah, in there too. I think I put that whole email
In the back.
Yeah, I think so. I think I gave it to her.
And just for right now, we're gonna think about the box. So if she wants to get a date set up with,
Yeah, I'll email.
oh, okay, you'll email,
Yeah, I'll
okay.
email
Or
her
just
back.
give her Val's contact number
Where
then.
we're at with that.
Okay. All right. So we're good with doing that. All right, so booster dates. The boosters usually give us a schedule of everything they want to do throughout the year. May 12th, set up for craft show, May 13th. We changed this, I changed this. There was an issue with an injury and a little bit of COVID with some of the seniors, so we bumped it a week so everybody was feeling healthy. We didn't want that to be an issue. June 17th, they want the Bobby Brown Fishing Derby. October 12th, fall craft show, setup for the October 20th, fall craft show setup. October 21st, fall craft show. Starting weekend of Thanksgiving, they're gonna start setting up the trees again. December 16th, Santa. So I'll make a motion to approve the boosters list for the year.
I'll second that.
Any questions?
And I already knew this was ago, but, I've already talked to Val about this, so she can get it on the calendar.
Okay. All right, so I made a motion to set the boosters schedule for the year.
Jason second.
Jason seconded.
Yep.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? No. Okay. All right, so, park fixtures, we have roughly about $7,000, somewhere in there, maybe a little lower, left of the COVID money. And we had always talked about getting some we need to kind of outfit that section of the park before the 4th if we can. So Uniline, who I believe we can order, and then once they deliver, they let us write a check to them. We get a lot of stuff from these guys. Is that how it works with them? We order and they send us a bill out,
Yeah.
and then we get it, okay. So looking online for these tables, and I'm sorry, I thought I had them in here, but an 8-foot metal picnic table that is rubber coated, and I'm not gonna be able to find them now. For if you buy more than 3 or more, they're $11.70, which is going rate, a little cheaper than some. So I was talking with Jason on this, and we kind of were spitballing a number, 3 or 4 at the new park plus 2 for the old section of the park. So maybe 6.
Right, and then we'll work on every year updating.
As the old picnic tables every year we get, and then eventually the township park will all be the metal tables. So they were $11.70 a piece. And I'm not
Richard, why not go with Lifetime?
What?
Why not go with a Lifetime picnic table?
Yeah.
This is
They are.
Yeah, but then why are you paying so much for them? Because they sell them at Home Depot for $2.99.
They'll never last. These things will never be broken. They're steel.
These are steel.
With
These
rubber
are the
coating.
ones that are anti-rust and all that, you just fold them up in the wintertime and lock them down.
Would they handle kids jumping on them and stuff?
That's probably different.
They're gonna be like the ones
No
that
picnic
have like
tables would have that.
Well,
$1,100 for a picnic table is a lot of money.
okay, well, board, yeah, these are just stronger and they will handle, I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna, do they have?
Are they ADA compliant?
Yeah.
some of them are.
Same as what Greg has, same type of metal and
Were
everything.
they 8 foot or 6 foot? I'm sorry, I know you're
They're
still.
8
doing
foot.
this.
Like the double one? Yeah, they're
Okay.
like a rubber coating.
ADA, I believe you can roll up onto the end because they are underneath.
Yep.
That is them right there. So the legs are about 14 inches inside. Just like that blue one there.
Do we leave those out all winter, or do we store or cover, or how does that?
We
how
put
do
some
we
of our
handle
picnic
that?
tables in the pavilion, some that we can fit, the rest of them get left out, tipped up by a tree usually. Okay. These can be left out. I mean, they can be brought over here and power washed and then set back out.
So when Mason County bought all of those, that brand, they had left them out. It's been 8 years since they bought them. They've been out in the weather for 8 years, there's still no sign of wear.
This is the same material as the blue Wellston bench that was at Wellston School probably since some of you, oh, is
It was
there
there when I was in school.
It was there when Ron was in school, and that thing is still sitting at our park. So, 30 years, am I safe to say 30 years ago, Ron?
Not that old.
But that is still sitting there in the center of our park right there. Because when the school closed, Christian Funk actually got it for us. He asked Marlon Cortez, so it would be a table like that.
Red.
Yeah.
The round ones actually say that they're ADA, or you can get a round one.
The test of time.
You can get a round one that says ADA.
The round ones that are ADA just have one bench missing is what it is.
Okay, so we could order a couple round ones and 4 of the other ones, if you guys would be good with that.
Are we gonna do a color, or are they just gonna be
I like blue.
blue? You like blue? But does that match the playset?
No, I don't know. The playset's green.
You're right.
The playset's green, the bench over there.
Just don't order a light color.
No, they're all pretty dark, it's black, green, blue.
And the wall, the new wall, what color is
You're gonna
that?
put a picnic table next to the wall. and
Coordinate,
walk
I
through the
get it.
picnic table.
Aquamarine.
Yeah.
And then I would like to go, like by the new park, they have these benches, and I think by the rail, because it's still, the park is set up, if we did this correctly, that it can still have the 4-foot walk path all the way around and have room for a bench by the rail, the parking rail, so that parents could watch their kids play and get maybe 2 benches for there.
Is the parking rail, what's it gonna be in front of the
The parking rail
playground?
is the wooden rail that's there now.
In front of where the new playground stuff is going?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all the way around the park, that rail,
Oh, isn't it?
yeah,
Okay.
that rail's all the way around the park. It used to be just 4x4s, and they started rotting off, so we cut them and put a top on them to save them, and we reused all that. The new section of the park, of course, is new.
So how many benches do you wanna get? Okay.
I was thinking 2 at that park, just to kind of, since we're doing the playground, dress it up, and then the only other thing at that, and those, how much are those benches now?
Tiny print. Tiny print.
Yeah,
You
good.
get that right.
A 4-foot bench with back is $515.
That's tiny.
The 4-footer, yeah, 6-footer is $620.
You're gonna put both benches next to each other?
Spread them out, kind of.
If you're gonna add to, I mean, what if some kids are playing there and that family doesn't like that family and they wanna sit? So, I mean, maybe put one here and one over
Try to
here.
create
Yeah,
a
we can
community
separate
there.
them.
You know, kind of.
Try to create.
Bastards giving me a
Okay, so, hold on, let me do my math.
That's what I thought, that's why I asked.
The 2 of them are gonna be ADA round.
You sound horrible.
Two are gonna be the round tables.
Four squares, four oblongs,
1170 times 4.
88 round,
Yep. And then 2 6-foot benches.
2 6-foot benches.
Okay, and then the round 88, Jordan, where'd you see the round 88 at?
Right.
That one. Is it the green one at the top? Oh.
Oh, the 88 round? Okay, 1150. Yeah, pretty much just the 8-foot table, yeah. Okay, and then the 2 benches. 2 6-foot benches. All right, and then the only other thing that we needed for that park was the fire pits. Not the fire pits, the barbecue pits. And those were, okay, there were 2 sizes, and I'm not gonna be able to find those now. I had these marked and I pulled pages out, I'm sorry. There is one size that is 15 by 20, and there was a 30 by 20. It's called the double, twice as wide.
I feel like the small ones are big enough.
Feel like the small ones are big enough, because those were like $380 a piece.
You like a dry wine, don't you?
How many were you looking to get?
2 for the new park, because the other park's got them.
The new park is the playground.
The playground area, yeah, the new one we're developing, the new section.
I'll get there.
I don't like it, but.
And I'm pretty sure they were $380.
The small ones, right?
Yeah.
I think they come with a standard.
2 of those, 4 of those, 3 of those.
Yeah, so I have,
I'm over here.
well, yeah.
You don't like it.
I mean, that almost completes everything over there, except for the path, right?
Yep.
The walking path,
That and
Path.
then later if we wanted to put a pavilion
and
up.
that pickleball, and the badminton, and. I'm just messing with
I was gonna say, wait a minute, how much room was over there?
Everybody loves, so
There is a,
about 930 plus tax is what I got. We do that.
we
So
don't,
most of
we
that
don't
would
pay
be,
tax.
that's true. So we're at about 9,030 bucks, and most of that's gonna be covered with the balance of our COVID money. So,
Any left for the fire department?
yours. Well, how much was that machine?
Can I make a motion to get some tables and benches and stuff?
Yes.
I'll second it.
Okay, so we are going to get 4 8-foot rectangular tables, 2 round ADA tables, 2 6-foot benches, and 2 of these smaller barbecues, and I'll find them in here, the 15 by, I think they were 15 by 20s, with the, you know, the racks, the ones you see at parks all the time. They have a stand. So, all in favor to approve that order?
What color?
I still say we do
Oh, yeah.
blue. I still vote blue.
Green. I'm going green.
Well, we already have a bench that's blue,
Green.
Right.
so we'll put out a place, if we want to put out a color.
Well, you wanna do the benches blue, the picnic tables green?
Make it.
Just mix it up.
Make a match, wanna just all go green and the
Let's
welcome
have a
benches there.
rainbow park?
Richard, mix them up, all different colors.
Rainbow colors?
There you go.
If you want to each color.
What do you think? What color? Green?
Green.
Green.
We lost. Alright, so we'll go green. Alright,
There you go.
so we'll go green in
The
color.
playground is
The
green.
playground is
We can spray paint it.
no. Alright,
Paint the wall green. Other part of the park will be blue.
I don't care. It's the only thing I was going with blue is because that Wilson bench was blue. That'll just kind of sit out.
Relocate the Wilson
What color is the pavilion roof?
Green. Sorry, everything's
Everything is green.
It was just, I thought blue because the Boston bench was blue from the school, but, alright, Tim, when we get those, probably gonna have to buy like 3 bags of concrete, and concrete those suckers in with an eye bolt and a chain.
The grills, you mean?
No,
Oh.
picnic tables.
Everything, cement it down.
Because I had a couple reports that some guys loaded a picnic table in their truck the other day and took it home, so I don't know if you're missing one, but
Oh my God.
I had a call
I
late one
never
night.
counted, I've never counted them to know how many.
And I don't want these metal ones to go away. I mean, these are big, heavy. Well, it took 2 people just to lift that
A
bench.
couple
bench
years
is heavy.
ago, I seen someone dragging one of the big tables down the road with a lawnmower. I stopped, I was like, no, you need to turn around and put that back.
Yeah, so we'll probably need to set, the benches are not like those benches. They get cemented in. The picnic tables will not. We'll have to figure out a way to secure them so they don't
Could we put slugs in with chain when we get the truck there to pour the stuff for the,
Good point.
place up?
Yeah,
Maybe.
but we gotta figure out where we want them.
Oh, I was gonna bring up some, I know you, the holes for that and concrete, we talked about concrete. Dublin hit me up the other day and said if we wanna take them off their hands, we could get them very, very cheap. They got a semi-trailer or one of the parking lots that's got a whole skid of concrete. They said it's hard, but it still breaks up. No?
That's a lot. I mean, we're gonna have 32 holes. I just think.
You don't want to.
Get a truck. Get a truck.
But
That's,
we're,
nobody was doing this work.
Yeah, no, that's, oh, you got a volunteer, he wants to do it.
What'd you say, Scott?
you're the one that got the raise, not me.
I didn't get a raise.
Hey, I was just thinking about when you wanna replace that wall over there, you should consider vinyl sheet piling.
Oh, yeah, there's ways that we could do that. Maybe drive it behind it.
You could drive it in front of it, or there's a sidewalk in front of it, right?
Not at the bottom.
Not at the bottom, in front of, on the top is the sidewalk. So, I'm sorry, Tim, go back to what you were saying about the concrete. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, never mind. We'll
I just
get-
don't wanna see, I'm not gonna be, I'm hoping Monday you're putting concrete in those holes, so I'm not gonna be, that'd help you on that one.
Yeah, we'll figure out the concrete.
Yeah.
But the picnic tables, the only thing about concrete and then anchoring the picnic tables, yes, I understand. But then what are you gonna do underneath them? Weed whip underneath them, you're
That is
gonna,
Found it.
you know, part of me, I thought you would do like, make a big square and do wood chips underneath each picnic table, which we could probably get wood chips free from somebody that's sitting right next to me. But
Let's think about that when we see
Then they're
these,
gonna-
how if we really are too afraid of them disappearing. I like that idea.
Something concrete and then a chain?
Well, Tim's talking about
You can
doing,
still move it around.
well, Tim's talking about doing a perimeter, like putting like wooden timbers or,
Put a tractor up in the leg.
something and then making like a wood chip bed for the picnic table to sit right on and then they can chain down.
but then you'll probably have.
It would look really good.
But it's mid-maintenance.
Oh, yeah, you're not gonna be able to, you're not gonna be able to put anything around it, cause then a wheelchair's not gonna be able to.
Those tables that are designed for ADA, the end is actually longer so they can
Yeah.
wheel it to that end.
Alright, so we'll deal with that, securing them, hopefully they don't walk away. Hopefully we have good citizens that won't mess with
Oh,
these picnic
yeah.
tables.
We'll figure something.
Alright,
Hide a tractor
okay,
up in
so,
the leg.
the last thing on our,
Vote on that?
yeah, we voted on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all in favor, yeah, we voted on it. Alright, the last thing that we have is next month's meeting on the 13th. I will not be able to be here. Would you all mind moving it to the 12th, or the Saturday before, or the Tuesday before? I will get you the dates here. And it's not a special meeting, it's just a reschedule, we just gotta put it out 10 days from now, or 10 days before, so.
Just Monday night, just move it up a night?
We could move it up at night, or we could move it to the previous week, we could move it to the 10th, which is the day of the cleanup.
Monday's.
Monday's good with you guys?
Yep.
Yeah, the 12th.
12th,
June 12th.
alright.
You can just have.
I make a motion to move the board meeting to, June 12th, at 7 o'clock. All in favor? Alright,
I had a quick
you wanna
question.
print that or post it? You wanna post that or you want me to? Okay, thank you.
I have a question. Do we approve the next year's board meeting schedule at a meeting, or do we just post it?
Just every Tuesday, the second Tuesday of the month is what we just posted.
Yeah, so we don't need a board approval, we know it's gonna be the second Tuesday, and I can just post it.
Yep, and then the last Saturday in June is the annual meeting.
Got that.
Yep, so,
Okay, awesome, thank you.
alright. I just need a motion.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Alright, thank you all for coming. So, it's only gonna take a couple days. As soon as we can.
But they have water and sewer.
We ordered the other ones last year. The dock at Robert's Land. Yeah, you have it ripped out, put two in there, and then we'll put it on here. Probably done this year, but I
Hi, how are you?
You know what Margaret is?
Yeah, no, I like that
Yeah.
much that came out of these.
We're still in court, he's still getting his own, right? It's just two, it's the fifth wheel and the other one.
Yeah, we're still.
I know, but just saying. This year we actually covered.
Is it a lot cleaner now?
All the posts are the same. I have them in the right, on the right.